Good afternoon and welcome to the cruise, amigos. This week we are live from Rome. We're live from Victoria, Canada, and we're live from Crookston, Minnesota.
Wow.
So Amigo John is up there in Minnesota, still trying to thaw out. Amigo Martin, now I have to ask you, Martin, there is a vicious rumor going around.
Vicious.
Oh, good. I get an announcement.
We don't hear it though. Your new mic is so good that we hardly hear it. You keep going.
Okay. Yeah, well, I can't hear anything. But anyway, there's a vicious rumor going around, Amigo Martin, that you got arrested in Rome for getting naked and jumping in the fountain trying to find the coins you left there 11 years ago. Is there any truth to that?
Well, there possibly could be, but I can tell you something better than that. We were coming through Manchester Airport in the UK, heading out to Rome, and the security people do the job as they should do and make sure that nobody's got any problems at all. My bag was searched because it came up positive for explosives, apparently. Explosives, boom! But wow, I was like, where's that come from? Look, obviously I didn't have any explosives for obvious reasons, but yeah, so we had to spend an extra 25 minutes being interviewed by security about where it'd been, what they'd done, and things like that. So yeah, that was quite an interesting time, and that was before we'd even flew out to Rome. But yeah, Trevi Fountain. We went to Trevi Fountain. They say you throw 3 coins into the Trevi Fountain, you will return. And yeah, 11 years later, here we are back in the Eternal City, Roma, which has just been amazing. We're day 3 of 4, so it's been beautiful. It's been amazing. So, but yeah, the Trevi Fountain is amazing. It really is. So, but very busy, very, very busy down there.
And Amigo John, what are you doing up there in Minnesota?
Well, it is just getting nice. The grass is green. The bees are buzzing. We finally have a really, it's the 15th of May. We're right in the middle of May. All the crops have been in by now, and we haven't turned a wheel yet. And this is going to, for instance, we don't raise corn as a commercial crop. We're going to put in about 6 acres of corn this year as a sweet corn, provide corn to all our friends kind of thing. But corn, if it goes in on May 20th, it's a 10% decline in expected yield. And in just 10 more days, it's a 20% decline.
Wow.
And, 20% is kind of the farmer's gross margin. I mean, if you lose 20%, you've lost all any kind of profit or anything that you might be able to show for the year. And you just kind of try and limp by for another opportunity. So whether that's corn, sugar beets, soybeans, the grains, wheat, barley, oats, we just got to get them in the ground now because the summer pattern, it will rain and then it will dry up. And if those crops aren't to a certain maturity before it starts drying up, we're screwed. So.
All right, you guys need to carry on for a couple minutes until this guy quits talking in my ear because I can't hear anything.
Well, we can do that.
Oh, geez. We can.
We are really good at doing that. My question's in Rome, but you got to mute yourself, Chillie. You got to mute. So my question is, talk about the food. Where did you go? Did you do any outdoor sidewalk kind of eating? Did you do any formal inside eating, or what? Tell me what your food experience.
Do you know we've not eaten indoors yet? Everything's been outdoors, so it's been amazing. It just because the weather over here is amazing. It was 28 degrees when we landed. Been 29 degrees every day. So even just nipping for lunch and sat out. But we've had pizza. We have had pasta, Caesar salad. I've had octopus, battered octopus, salad. Just amazing food, beautiful wines. Last night I actually had the best lamb I've had in a long, long time. It was absolutely beautiful. There's lamb, beef, and chicken on a plate with some potatoes. I had a bruschetta as a starter. and then a beautiful, beautiful cake that was like had ricotta cheese on it. And, oh, absolutely amazing! Absolutely amazing, beautiful. So the food's been amazing, but we've eaten healthily, trying to eat healthily because we've got 10 more days from tomorrow on a ship. So they call it roll on, roll off. Roll me on and roll me off about 2 stone heavier.
Chillie, you're not muting yourself.
Well, now the guest services is talking.
Yeah, we got the lady.
And by the way, for those of you that are dumb Americans like me, Martin was referring to 82 to 86 degrees.
Oh yeah,
82 to 86. It's beautiful. The weather's amazing. I mean, I've got colour. Look, I've caught the sun. You can see panda eyes where my sunglasses have been on. But no,
so
beautiful.
So Martin, it has not been 82 degrees here.
Well, you've been in Alaska, haven't you? I mean, I saw that. Was it a bit cold that day, Chillie?
Look at that guy.
Oh, it's crappy. That's cracked me up.
I mean to tell you, and I needed every bit of that too. It was cold.
Oh, wait,
and I had an encounter with a bear, Martin. I did.
Go on.
Scary. And you ever hear of a bear hug?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there he is, man. He's about ready to grab my butt.
He's fabulous. He is fabulous. I'm so jealous.
The other thing, other than you're getting naked in the fountain over there, did you go drink wine with the Pope?
Well, we nipped in, but he wasn't around anywhere to be seen. But apparently today, you could have gone and he was in the square today because it's Sunday, and he comes out and gives his talk and then he goes back in for about 15, 20 minutes. But one of my friends did say, like, when you see him, can you ask him for the £5 he owes me? So he did say, actually, he said, you're not having it back till this cassette comes back from So Sue because she does all the sewing. So we've had a bit of banter with my customers and things like that. It's amazing. So, but yeah, no, we did. We actually, I'll tell you what we did do. I don't know if you've seen it on Facebook, but we went to St. Peter's Basilica. And rather than just have a look around, we did the dome climb. Now, for those that don't know, the dome is quite high up. And as you can imagine, going up the stairs, it's 551 steps. And it's very, very thin, shall we say, when you get up there. But you know what? The views are amazing. If you want to check them out, look on my page, Martin's Holiday Village. We'll put some views up there. And we'd actually, go put some pictures of the climb up there. But that was amazing. But the basilica itself was beautiful. And, just the altars and absolutely amazing.
That's the one that Ponce de Leon or somebody laid on their back and painted for 19 years or something, isn't it?
No, that's the Sistine. That's the Sistine Chapel. That's what I was in last fall. That's relatively small compared to the basilica.
Who painted the dome and that wasn't the Pope that painted?
No,
Michelangelo.
I don't know who did it, but it was Michelangelo. Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, he's the naked dude on the statue, right?
No, that's David.
Yeah, there is. I think there's one.
That's David. That's one of his 2 most impressive pieces. Is David and the Madonna Pieta. Those are the 2 most famous things that he did.
They were.
Martin, I set him up and he knocks him down every time.
He's just so knowledgeable, isn't he? He's just knowledgeable about everything. It doesn't matter what you throw at him. He's got the answer, and it comes off just like that. He has. But this city. If you've never been, I mean, anybody who's coming over, whether you're coming from Europe or UK or America, you've got to do Rome. It's such a beautiful city. The people are amazing. The food is delicious. I mean, we did the Colosseum yesterday, and we've been to Rome before off a ship, and you literally get 4 or 5 hours here, maximum. Even if you get the train or you get one of the excursions off the cruise ship, and it's not enough. It's not enough time. It really isn't. And we've done so much. I mean, yesterday at the Colosseum, we did the underground where you see where all the slaves used to get all the animals up into the arena and things like that. And then we did the arena floor, and then we had a tour around the top. And it's been amazing. It's been so nice to actually experience the city rather than just quick in and quick out and things. We saw the Colosseum lit up at night, and there's a helicopter going across. We saw St. Peter's Square overnight, and so rather than just seeing it in the day, it has been amazing. But little tip: if you are going to do any of the tours and it says skip the lines, we thought, we're getting quicker. We actually still queued, but not as long. But our tour guide was amazing. We queued for about 45 minutes, and that was at 9 o'clock in the morning, so really early. When we came out a couple of hours later, the queue was snaking right the way around St. Peter's Square. So go early. Do go early if you're going to do St. Peter's. It's well worthwhile. Colosseum, we got in quite quick because we had our guide and we did a skip the line with that one. We literally met them outside the Colosseum station, across the road and straight into the Colosseum, and we did our tour. So there was no waiting with that. So that was amazing. And then today we went to the Circus Maximus and just had a walk there, 3 kilometers. And we just literally walked and just thought, we'll go here, we'll go there. But I don't know if you saw on my page the other evening, we missed our train home back to the apartment and had to walk and got lost. And nearly 30,000 steps later.
Do you have one of these? Do you have one of these?
We do, but I'm not very good at it because I end up looking at it going,
you put an
going
app
the right
on
way.
it. You put an app on it called Uber, UBER. And whenever that happens, you go boop, boop, boop. And there's this little map that shows the car driving toward you. It's a miracle. John, this is a miracle.
I was being a cheapskate. It was like, I'm not paying for a taxi. It was 30 euros to get a taxi back to the apartment. And I was like, no, we're not doing it. We'll walk. And then we had to walk through this dark park and eventually got home and things. But saying that, we did do it last night. It was our anniversary night out last night and had a lovely meal with the husband.
You're lucky some Moroccan didn't hit you over the head with a pipe.
Hey, do you know what? I don't know what it is, but they keep coming round and they keep showing us this little ornament, and he flips it up like that and it makes into a bowl and then he closes it down again. And power banks, randomly power banks. And what was the other thing? Belts they were trying to sell us.
And selfie sticks.
Oh, yeah, selfie sticks.
Selfie sticks, yep.
Yeah.
$5
$5
or something.
Yeah. What's a place? And then
that might be the Pope circling around your head.
We're quite on the flight path coming across, but we're staying. Hey, I'll tell you what, we found this cracking apartment called the Adagio Apartments by Marriott. So we've never used them before. Absolutely amazing. It's cost us, I think it's £350 for 4 nights in a superior apartment with a lovely balcony, and it's got a double bed and a TV and a table and fridge, microwave.
That's like 85 pounds a night. That's
$125 a day. Wow.
Yeah, that's
wow.
For Rome. I'm surprised at that.
That
seems like a bargain.
To be honest, it's not in the centre of Rome. It's to get to St. Peter's is 2 stops on the train. It takes about 7-8 minutes. And then to get to Termini on the underground is probably another 15-20 minutes. So it's not in the centre, but it's far enough out to be able to go in if you want to, but near enough to come back if you want to as well. And you're not paying the city centre prices either. So it was an absolute bargain. I'm really made up. And I think I'd do Adagio in other cities because I think there's something like, I think it's a couple of hundred of them around the world now. So, and really nice. Staff amazing. Absolutely amazing. So,
there you
go,
folks.
Tell me about the bathroom.
Oh, the bathroom is beautiful. It's got a double basin sink, huge mirror, nice big shower. It's got it's posh, John. It's got a bidet and a toilet.
A place to keep your beer cold. That's wonderful.
Exactly. A place to keep your beer cold. You can wash your feet in there and everything.
Everything, yeah. So, it's a religious thing. Jesus used it to wash people's feet. So yeah.
But it's got a pool. It's actually got a pool as well. And you can sunbathe outside. And this is in Rome. 10, 15 minutes down the road, you're getting into St. Peter's Square. Amazing, So if you are looking at it, have a look at this, guy, because it's a beautiful place. Highly recommended by me, a TA. So, Chillie, what have you been up to? Besides,
I went out screwing with the bear.
Screwing with the bear.
And I tell you what I did. I got with some friends here on the ship that I've met that they're from Buffalo, New York. Sue and Barry, we're dining room companions, and they were going to go up Mount Roberts on the tram, and said, that's accessible, but don't book it through the ship. I said, okay. She said, we'll just get off the boat in Juneau, and we'll go up there and get the tickets and go up. You get a day pass. I said, okay. So I went up to the top of Mount Roberts. That's me at the top.
Wow.
Look at that's going down to where the boat is down below.
Beautiful.
It's 5 minutes from the ship. Now, it was crappy weather. It was raining up on top. It was sleeting, actually. But still, you got up there. It was maybe a 5-minute ride. The tram up the mountain is I don't know if anybody's ever seen trams before, but that's the tram going up the mountain.
Very Switzerland. Very much like Switzerland.
Very similar. And you get up to the top and, walk around. There's a restaurant and a bar, and there's a movie up there on the Clinton Indians or whatever there's a word for the native Indian folks up there on top. That was a nice excursion. And then the one drawback, the one kind of disappointing thing when we were in the Endicott Arm and going up to the Dawes Glacier, there was a tremendous amount of ice flow, which is where chunks of the glacier have broken off and were sailing down the waterway, down the arm. And there were chunks too big that the captain had to turn the ship around and move out of there because it could damage the ship. So he did a very slow 360 at a wide spot in the arm, but we didn't actually make it to the base of the glacier, where you see the ice come down right to the water. We didn't get that far because of possible damage to the ship. And then I came downstairs because I'd been outside I went upstairs at about 4 a.m., which was light here, just to witness going in the Endicott Arm and getting up to the glacier. So I said, well, I'll go downstairs and warm up now. And I got back down to my cabin. I have a porthole in the cabin.
You have a window.
Well, I call it a window, but I've been called to task on that. But anyway, looking out the window, and there's a chunk of ice went by, Martin. It had to be 30 yards wide, 30-yard piece of ice.
Wow.
So one of those would hit a ship. I mean, it could sincerely do some damage to it. So we didn't actually get to the base of the glacier.
Well, you don't know when you see the ice. You don't know what's underneath the water because you can only see the top, can't you? That's the problem.
But we do know that it's 90 and 10. So for anything you see, there's 90% more underwater.
Really?
Oh,
I didn't know that, John.
Ice is 90-10.
Right.
90-10. So.
Well, that'd be a big sucker under the water then, because it was big enough above the water.
Kind of a Titanic moment.
Oh,
yeah, that's as close as I actually got to the glacier itself, which was a little disappointing. But then I made up for it by going up the mountain and so forth. And then one other thing I'll point out to you, Mr. Bucket List, he's another one of the YouTubers, is on this cruise. And he actually interviewed me yesterday about accessibility issues, which was kind of neat. I interviewed him about a year and a half ago, and he says, I'd like you to come on my channel and let's talk about some accessibility things that you're doing. I said, okay.
Cool.
So I was interviewed yesterday.
Excellent. Excellent. So, cool. So, John, what have you been up to besides planting?
Well, you know, I got my new car, right? You know about the car.
The electric one.
The plug-in car. So I've been kind of dealing with that. I got the new WeatherTech floor mats now for it. So it's all of the carpet is completely covered by this special floor mat kind of thing that collects all of the mud and snow and grit and snert and stuff that we get here in Minnesota. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'm making plans to try and take the train out. Chillie, you know, remember those stories in school? A train is going east at 62 miles an hour, and a train is going from the west at 21 miles an hour. And, you know, when do they? I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to put that trip together so that I'm going to get on a train and meet Chillie now, my picture is way behind my talking. Is that what you're seeing too? Is that anyway?
No, you're okay. You're okay.
I look okay. Okay, here. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm hoping to go out as Chillie goes to the east. I'm going to go to the west, and hopefully we're going to meet in about Glasgow, Montana. And then from Glasgow, I'm going to ride back to North Dakota with Chillie. Now, depending on if things go to hell, I might wait till Chillie gets to Grand Forks, get on the train with him here, and then go farther east, like as far as Madison, Wisconsin or somewhere, and then ride the train back. So I'm not just sure which piece of this long string of a train, but Chillie and I should be on the same train at the same time and really cause a lot of havoc. Actually, our goal is to be you've heard of influencers. We're going to be disruptors. So
disruptors.
Yes,
Jeez.
indeed.
Oh God, we'll have to do that when they do a triangular meet and all meet somewhere. All three of us at some point.
Yeah. We could do that. So you could come from Winnipeg on the Canadian Via. So Chillie'd be coming from this way, and I'd be coming from this way, and then you'd be coming from this way, and then we'd all meet at my nose. So.
Oh, no, that'd be good. That'd be good. Be fabulous. So yeah, so we're in Rome, and tomorrow is the big day. It's our big day. It's our anniversary cruise. Our anniversary cruise has been moved for 2 years. 2 years this has been moved. It started off as Celebrity Silhouette going to the Norwegian fjords. It was then Celebrity Apex in 2021 that was going to be, we were going to do around the Greek Isles, but then because of COVID and restrictions of like quarantine, we couldn't risk that with Stan's job. So we then decided to move it to this year, and we're that close to getting back on board Celebrity Beyond. Our tests are negative. We've done them this evening. They are negative. We've got a certificate. We've just got to get our cases on the train and go into town to come back out of town and get to Civitavecchia tomorrow and get on board that beautiful ship. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
And of course, you know, along with your anniversary, it's the blood moon last night and tonight. You know what a blood moon means?
It's a blood. What did you say?
It's called the blood moon. Yes, and it's like just beautiful. If you got a moonshot tonight, and I don't mean that. Yeah. Oh, he's looking.
We normally get it about there in a bit. It should be there soon. It'll be there. I'll get a picture later.
And this, I don't know that there's going to be another one now in the next 50 years or so that we're going to have this beautiful blood moon tonight. So
it should. The skies here are so clear; it's unbelievable. So hopefully we'll have a nice shot. But there were some great pictures I put up. I went for a jog the other morning. 6:30 in the morning, had a jog and did some press ups in the park and just like got some amazing shots. It wasn't quite sunrise, but it was quite early morning. Like beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So there's a park about 2 kilometers down the path here, and it was just nice. It was just nice, just in the early morning, dogs and dog walkers, and it was just like set you up for the day, made you feel good.
Nice.
All right, Nikki wants to know if you went to the Pantheon.
We haven't done the Pantheon. What we've done, we did Basilica, St. Peter's Basilica. We did the Colosseum. Today we did the Circus Maximus. We did that today. And then, because what we want to do is maybe come back again We don't want to do everything all in one. I mean, it's like today we could have got on a hop on, hop off tour, but then because we've done a lot of things already, it wasn't worthwhile. But the hop on, hop off tours are great because it'll take you to all the best places quite easily. But no, we haven't done the Pantheon, so not yet. But we have got Athens. That's going to be a good one. We can't wait. That's our big tour in Athens, I think. So a good amount of time in Athens. That's called Pantheon. Is it Pantheon?
Pantheon.
The Pantheon.
Pantheon.
Then
There's
the
the Parthenon is in Greece, and the Pantheon is in
Rome.
Italia.
There you go. And then we've got the Acropolis in Athens as well. We've got our sunset in Santorini. We can't wait to do that. And got Mykonos. So yeah, it's going to be beautiful. Going to be beautiful. So cool. Go on. What other questions have we got? Any other questions?
Lizzie says, "What temperature, Chillie? You mean what temperature for me?"
Cold.
Cold. Yeah. It was probably when I was up on the deck in early morning for the glacier, it was probably in the 30s. Then up on the mountain, when I was up on the tram up to Mount Roberts, it clearly, I mean, it was snow up there and sleeting. So I'm sure it was, under freezing, probably high 20s up there.
Oh.
But it's when you're on the water, and especially when you're on a ship and moving, it's a lot colder than just air temperature. When does Alaska warm up? Emily wants to know. Alaska warms up in 1984.
July. Just say July.
Yeah, July. I'm not sure Alaska ever warms up. Now, it gets warmer in the summer months, but it doesn't get anywhere near, Emily, as warm as you do in New York.
Right.
Cool.
Emily wants to know,
we got to get Lady
cold?
Mora.
Yeah, I was cold.
We got to get Lady Mora on again, and she can talk right directly to the temperature.
Lady, I didn't get a chance to see Lady while I was here. That's a shame. But it was cold, Emily.
It's cold. It's Alaska. It's got to be
Now,
cold.
you also got to keep in mind, I haven't done winters for 2 years now. I was, completely locked down with COVID for over a year. So that took care of the best part of 2 winters. And then I was sick, with the cancer and the chemo and all that. So I haven't been out in cold weather for, going on 3 years now.
Yeah.
So, this was a shock to my system. Well, you can see I'm in a long sleeve shirt and a sweater on the ship. So, yeah, it's cool.
Amazing. Well, guys, I'm going to have to love you and leave you because we came in an hour earlier because I forgot we were in Italy and set everything up and made dinner reservations and then realized, oh, hang on a moment, we're an hour ahead. So I was in the room.
There's also a lunar eclipse tonight. I don't know if you'll see that over there or not, Martin.
We'll have a look. We will have a look. So we'll see if we get some pictures. But yeah, no, I'd love to stay, but we need to go and eat dinner because we've got restaurant reservation. We've had to move it once because I made a mistake. But Chillie, have a fabulous time. A mistake, I know. Me and times just don't work. I was in the room and I was messaging these guys saying, I'm in the room, I'm backstage, why aren't you letting me in? Nobody's here. And then John sent me a message and went, you're an hour early, Mark. Like,
dude,
bugger.
You're in Rome, for God's sakes.
I know, and I'm an hour ahead. We're an hour ahead. So God help us next week because we're going to be 2 hours ahead in Greece. So, because they're even further on. So it's going to be like quite late on. So I might have to have dinner beforehand on the ship. We'll have to work that one out and make sure I'm not too early. But Chillie, have a fabulous time in Alaska with the rest of the cruise.
I get off tomorrow. Get off tomorrow and get back on the train and head back to Virginia on the train. So next Sunday I'll be
God.
back at home.
You'll be home.
I'm actually at home. Hey, how y'all doing? I'm actually at home until I think it's the 26th of June. So this will be my longest stretch at home for the
Wow.
How are you
year.
going to cope? How are you going to cope?
I don't know. I might find another cruise and just go.
Gotta do it. Gotta do it.
I think you need to take John. You need to take John with you next time.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely, you need to take John with you. So, guys, it's been a pleasure as always. But
All
Happy
right,
anniversary.
have a happy
Oh, bless you.
anniversary, and you guys enjoy your dinner and have fun on the cruise. And we'll expect a report next Sunday.
Oh, you'll have that. Don't you worry. Don't you worry about that. So, and I'm sure, Chillie, you'll have lots and lots of pictures that you'll have picked up on throughout the week that'll be flashed up somewhere or other. So, brilliant. Guys, enjoy the rest of the show. Everybody who's watching, I will catch you all soon. And feel free to join in on my blog, on my page, which is Martin's Holiday Village. Just a little cheeky plug there. But yeah, it's Martin, Cruise Amigos, signing out from Roma. Take care, guys. Bye.
All right, see you, Martin. All right. That's Amigo Martin going for his anniversary dinner with he and Big Stan over there in Rome.
Can you imagine putting up with him for all the years that Stan has put up with this guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
One
of my biggest mistakes that I've made in my lifetime was my travels to Europe, which I've been to Europe maybe a dozen times total.
Wow.
Maybe not that 8 times. I don't know. Quite a few times. I've never been to Italy.
Well, me neither until last fall. That was my first time.
I made it to 2 kilometers from the Italian border in Spain, going along the coast of Spain once.
Yeah.
And that was back that might have been my first trip over there, like in the late 60s.
Tiramisu.
Oh, yeah. But I had never made it to Italy, so I'm looking forward to doing Italy when I'm over there next year for the group cruise with Cruises for Solos.
You need at least, and this is short, but you need 3 days in Rome.
Yeah.
You really do.
Oh, yeah, at least.
Just, the Vatican is really 1 day. Then to get to the Pantheon and, a couple other places that you want to see is another day. Yeah. And then, and the food is going to just set you off. I mean, it's just going to be so good. So, I mean, plan for 3 days in Rome, separate from anywhere else that you might want to go. If you want to get a little north and in
well, now they're also talking our European crew thinks that I just need to come through London on my way so we can have a party in London or Southampton or someplace over there. So,
well, you do. I mean, there's no question about that. I totally agree. But that's, there again, I mean, London is 4 days, maybe, it just takes that long.
Well, I've been to London times.
Yeah, but not with our friends here that you're going to.
I haven't been to London with our friends. I haven't been to London for the channel.
Yeah.
Yes, I would be looking at London from different eyes now. I'd be looking at London as from an accessibility standpoint. So, yeah, it might be a little different. But yeah, I mean, I could go and spend 6 months over there easily.
We could, and maybe that's something we should do. Maybe not 6 months, but maybe we should go like in Rome or in Berlin particularly, because I know the town so well. But go and get an Airbnb for a month.
Yeah,
and just do 30 days worth of shows all around, or 10 days Rome, 10 days Berlin, 10 days London. We just got to do it quick because I want the Queen to come to tea, I mean.
Yeah, we can invite the Queen. I always invite the Queen. Does she drink wine? I mean, the Pope.
Gin.
She's the Pope to drink wine.
The Queen is actually a gin drinker.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah, she
when
has
she drinks gin, does she raise her tea finger?
No, that's for tea. That's with gin. You have to hold the glass, so you use all your fingers because the gin is too valuable to lose. It's with tea, you see, that you have the little.
Okay. That's how I keep getting confused about that. Sonny's with us. Hi, Sonny, down in Mississippi.
Sonny.
Bonnie's with us. She's down
Somebody's
there
having a
Florida.
birthday. Somebody's having a birthday.
Is it Bonnie's birthday? Get out.
Yeah.
Bonnie says she should go to UK and visit Emma in Brighton.
Too. Yeah.
Bonnie has long been a moderator for Emma. I mean, back when Emma was nobody. And
wow.
Bonnie started moderating her channel, and look how big Emma's gotten today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bonnie says, I haven't made it across the pond yet. I'd love to do a transatlantic from Fort Lauderdale to Southampton.
No, you don't. No, you don't, Bonnie. Bonnie, take very, very good advice from somebody that's a regular transatlantic crossing. You do not want to go from Fort Lauderdale to Southampton. You want to go from Southampton to Fort Lauderdale. And you're saying, John, why is that significant? What can the difference be? Well, no, wait a minute. Which way do you want? Yeah, you want to end. No, now it's too complicated. There's one way that it's. Oh yeah, you don't want to go east. You want to go west, because if you go west, they add an hour every 2 days. They add an hour. You see, so you're working on 25-hour days. If you're going east, you're working on 23-hour days, and you don't want to do that because it just screws up your internal clock and everything. To be going east. You know, there's 7 hours difference between Fort Lauderdale and Copenhagen. And if it's a 14-day trip, every 2 days, they short you an hour, and you think, well, that's not much. But when you're going west, when you're coming from Europe to America, you get 25-hour days. And the human body just naturally, hey, we'll stay up an extra hour. That's okay. That works. You can move yourself that way, and it works. But when you're going east, you're fighting that time, 23-hour days all the time, and it sucks. Just my opinion.
Never knew that. Never thought about that.
So really fly over, do all your traveling, then get on a ship and wander on home, and you will have a marvelous time. By the time you get to America, you will be back on American time. Or don't follow my advice and be miserable. Simple. Oh, yeah.
Bonnie says, for my birthday, I had a full moon, red moon, and a lunar eclipse.
You can hire that to your suite, to your room?
That's for her birthday.
Yeah. Oh.
For today. Today's her birthday.
I wonder if she called the thunder
she gets
down
all
under.
That today.
Oh, she gets it yet today, so.
Yeah.
Oh, and then someone suggests, she talks about.
Am I going to get off the ship today? No, I'm not, because we don't land in Victoria till 4:00. And I am a little aggravated that Royal Caribbean does that on the last day of the cruise, because people are going to get off and go eat at Victoria and avoid going to the dining room and giving tips to the waiters that have worked so hard all week. So I'm probably not going to get off in Victoria. I might get off and get back on, but I don't know. I haven't really, but I'm aggravated because of the scheduling. Yeah. Because they actually did the lobster night last night because they knew the dining room was going to be half empty tonight. So.
Actually, they just knew that people would be bitching because they're saying, we want to get lobster and we want to go to Victoria. Why are you doing this to us? So that was why why I'm sure they moved it. But you see, I've never been on a ship that had lobster night. So I don't know what you're complaining about.
Oh, I'm complaining that people are going to screw the wait staff out of tips.
Yeah.
Because tonight's tip night.
But if they haven't figured that out, I don't know. Do you think the average cruiser tries to figure out how? I mean, I go out of my way to tip, and
So do I.
I tip, but my cabin person gets tipped on the second day of the cruise. That's when I tip them. I hate the concept of you keep doing really good and you kiss my butt for 2 weeks and I'm going to reward you. I don't believe in that.
No.
It's like if the person I meet is presentable, and I wait till the second day because I've had them change out, because of the load and stuff. They change out who your guy or gal's going to be for the whole time. But once I know that it's that person, I tip them right then, and I, without trying to brag or anything, but I mean, I try and share the wealth a little bit because I know their life. And so, and my other thing that I do with them, I say, I'm in the service business. I have been all my life. I am here on a vacation. If you don't get to my room one day, just throw in some towels. If you get busy, I'm not looking for white glove treatment, blah, blah, blah. If I was doing that, I'd be up in the Haven on Norwegian, or whatever. Yeah. I'm just here to have a good time. As long as I got clean towels, if there's anything else, I'll really let you know, but don't worry about my room. Kick back a little bit. Do you know that every time I tell somebody that, I think I'm first to get my room done. It's cleaner than every room behind it. Yeah. It's just amazing. And I don't do it for that. I mean, I really legitimately do it because it's like, hey, I'm just on a fun trip here. Give me some clean towels. I'll take care, But it's just so neat. It's just so neat that they also know that they don't have to put on a dog and pony show for me. Yeah. They don't. And I think that that's a more reasonable, for those that can and do, a more reasonable way to do it, rather than this concept of, well, I'm going to keep testing you, and if in 14 days you haven't ticked me off, I might give you a tip. I just don't like that philosophy.
Yeah. What, if you don't mind me asking, and you can tell me, I don't want to say this online. What do you normally tip your cabin steward?
$50 for the transatlantic for about 2 weeks. Transatlantic. I do $50. Okay. And I also tip through the regular system. I mean, so I'm tipping. I don't go down.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I do the regular system as well.
So I tip through the regular and
I look for a 7-day cruise. I normally do give my cabin steward a 20.
Well, and that's
about close. Yeah,
that's right where I'd be. I just happen to, if they made $40 bills, I'd probably do a 40, but I carry 50s and 100s with me. And so, God has blessed me beyond measure. I'm not shy to say that. And I live on the shoulders of my parents and grandparents here at the farm. And so I try and, a little kindness and I try and share, they're not really getting $50 from me. They're getting $50 literally from my grandfather, because that's all, come through me. So, I know that other people are on a budget and they can't do that. And I respect that too. And I don't expect that they should do that. But for me, that's what I do. My people down if I get the same waiter and waitress or team through the cruise, I usually do $20, $30 down there.
Yeah.
So
Bonnie says if she knows she's not going to be eating in the main dining room on the last night, I give my wait staff the extra tip the night before. I would do that too, Bonnie, if I'm not going to be there. I'm just afraid that there's some, excuse my French, cheap ass people that are not going to do that.
There are no cheap ass people on Royal Caribbean.
Well, that may be so.
That should be their slogan. Wouldn't that make a good slogan?
Old school cruisers who remembers when we got envelopes to leave tips for the cabin steward, the wait staff, and the maitre d' too. Yep. And when Bonnie and I started off cruising, of course, that was Christopher Columbus was still a captain on a ship.
Thank you,
Sonny. It was like that in those days.
Yeah.
I wonder if they allowed tipping on the. No, I won't ask that question. Where? By the way, I did go to the Red Dog Saloon.
Yes, but there's a but here.
Juneau.
Yeah.
after I got down from Mount Roberts in the rain and sleet, I decided to go to the Red Dog Saloon, and I found out two very disturbing things. Number one, the brothel upstairs, there's no elevator, so I couldn't go upstairs for the girls. I was very disappointed in that. And then they had no room for the scooter. They wanted to get me off the scooter and then take the scooter out back. They had no room for it in the Red Dog Saloon. And I said, no. Your cash register has no room for my money. So I took one picture and left. So,
hey, you'd think that things like that would be fairly obvious, but I tell you, if I ran a brothel, I definitely have an elevator.
Well, yeah, of course. Why not?
Hey.
I did get to see one of the ladies. She was running out the door in a silk dress, kind of flopped into my face.
Did Pete scare her?
Maybe.
Sonny, thank you for the nice comments. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Nikki says, we made a trip from Jacksonville to London and back without getting on an airplane, train, bus to transatlantic.
Wow.
There you go. That's when I was just totally amazed here this fall when John went from Paris to Crookston, Minnesota without getting on an airplane.
Rome. I flew from Germany to Rome. That's where I landed.
Yeah, that's right.
It was in Rome. But
That's
Rome,
right.
Uber to the port, boat to New York, Amtrak to Grand Forks, car to home. Yeah. Yeah. It was amazing.
Sonny agrees with John. Tip them early, tip them often. Yeah. Sonny says, agree with Chillie. Tip the waiters, bartenders, room servers, anybody that's giving me some service. If I get a drink, now remember, folks, I don't buy the liquor package on Royal Caribbean because I can't drink that much a day.
Even Chillie can't do that. Yeah.
So when I get an adult beverage, I have to sign for it. I tip on everyone, even though they're getting the 18% automatically. I still put a tip on every drink that I get because I know that they have mixed the drink. I sat there and watched them, so that deserves a tip from me. And then I have not really had a special bartender on this cruise like I have on most cruises. That's somebody that I go back to multiple times for one reason or another, but I haven't had the regular bartender this time like I normally have. That's always an extra tip as well.
Sure. What's she want? Are they still looking for people to sign their Canadian deportation papers?
Think so. I think that's that. I mean, they keep advertising people have to come to the guest services, and they just shouldn't, unless they're looking for money too. I don't know. Since this is the last day of the cruise. Bonnie says, when I went to Red Dog Saloon, we were the only ship in Juneau, so plenty of room for my scooter, but I don't drink alcohol, so they got my money for an iced tea. Well, I tell you what, Bonnie, you and I get on a cruise ship, your arm will get twisted with me. I had a new drink on this. I had a new drink on this ship, though, John.
What were you drinking this time?
B-52.
Okay, now a B-52 is normally a kind of like Margaritaville bar, sand in your face kind of a drink. So
it was on this ship, a B-52. I have to think now. It was Bailey's, Grand Marnier, and
three things.
damn, what was the other one?
Kahlua.
Bailey's, Grand Marnier, and Kahlua. Kahlua, Grand Marnier, and Bailey's. That was what it was. And that was pretty yummy. I actually had 2 of them. Matter of fact, I had them while I was chasing whales.
Now, you know, a more famous drink up in Alaska is the duck fart. Did you see that anywhere along the way?
Yeah, I saw it, but I did not have one. That's one of the things that's famous in the Red Dog Saloon is duck farts.
Yeah.
But
also,
now
you can turn a duck fart into a gorilla fart by adding Bacardi 151 proof rum, and that makes a duck fart. I'm being real serious here. Why are you laughing?
I know it's just, I'm just would not do that myself.
You wouldn't go for a gorilla fart?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I've been around gorillas before. I've been around ducks too. Chillie and Bonnie scooter patrol. That would be fun to see.
That'd be great.
We could race.
Yeah.
The B-52s sung Sugar Shack, known for beehive hairdos.
Now, do you drink Guinness? You know about the real heavy, thick, almost syrupy kind of beer called Guinness, right?
I've had it before. I've had black and tans before.
Okay.
That's not really my cup of tea.
Alrighty.
I mean, I've had it, but I don't know that I'd ever do another one.
Okay.
I don't like the heaviness. It's
right.
They're really heavy.
Because they do make a drink called a baby Guinness. I don't know if you know that. And that's got Irish cream in it, Kahlua, the coffee liqueur, and then black Sambuca. And you mix those together, and it's a little yeasty, heady, frothy.
Black Sambuca. Now, I might go for that. Yeah. I like the anything with Bailey's, Kahlua. I mean, Grand Marnier is a little kind of side effect to that, but anything with Bailey's or Kahlua, I generally like. I like that flavor.
By the way, folks, black Sambuca is an anise flavored liqueur. It's blue in color. They get it from infusing elderbush and licorice and sugar, of course, and a secret combination of herbs and spices. But it's anise flavored. So if you see black Sambuca somewhere, you know that it's going to have that licorice anise flavor. So
Bonnie likes virgin strawberry daiquiris.
Me too, Bonnie. As a matter of fact, I do too. Yes. Yeah. But I was in a bar one time. And they had pretty much run out of all kinds of booze. All they had was like Frangelica. And there was a doctor sitting next to me, and all night long he was ordering Hickory Daiquiri Docks.
Oh, that's terrible. Another terrible joke from John's repertoire of terrible jokes.
Hey.
On one Alaska cruise, Bonnie did an Irish coffee. Boy, was it strong. Warmed me up right away. Yeah, that'll warm you up.
Yep.
Set your butt on fire. So, Sonny says she doesn't drink beer at all. Sonny, I go, truthfully, I might have in the course of a year 3 beers. And generally, that's with my brother-in-law who drinks a beer every night at dinner. And maybe we're out to dinner someplace and I'll have a draft beer with him. But, and I don't drink like I
Sonny,
used to.
part of that, not drinking beer, but have you ever tasted a beer in Germany or the Czech Republic? Or, if you're talking American beer, then you shouldn't drink beer because it's just all terrible. I'm sorry for all the little microbreweries and all the people that are out there. If you can present me a beer that I like, I will speak about it from the rooftops for the rest of my life. But I'm telling you, there is something different about the good beer that you can find over in Europe that will change your mind about not drinking beer at all. If you know, because there are some beers, that come from, like, the Czech Republic has got a couple of them that are just unbelievable. So,
I don't think I've ever had any Czech beer. I've had some German beers.
yeah.
And light German beers I like. Dark German beers, not so much.
What? No, I'm a non-dark drinker also, not necessarily light, but Urkel. Have you heard of Urkel?
Yes.
That is a Czech beer, Pilsner Urkel. One of my
I've heard
favorite,
of it, but I've never tasted it.
green bottles. One of my favorite beers. And I don't know if you know, but there's a Budweiser in Czechoslovakia, unrelated to Budweiser the world. They were a family that was making beer over there, and when this whole naming and licensing and things like why Parmigiano Reggiano can only come from a certain part of Italy, they resolved it by the fact that the Budweiser family in the Czech Republic can make, they're not associated with our horses and St. Louis Budweiser beer.
Yeah. Sonny says she only got drunk in Canada on beer, couldn't drink beer after that. That might have been because it was Canadian beer.
Probably so.
Canadian
Although,
beer is different than American beer.
But Molson's, Blue, Molson Canadian, Molson Blue. I'm trying to think of the Canadian beers. Molson Blue used to come in a tubular bottle, and then there was no neck on the bottle. It just came over and had the little cap on the top. And when it was in those bottles, it was incredibly good. I cannot find those bottles anymore, not even when I'm in Winnipeg. So
Sonny, we'll have to do beer tastings in Europe. That's not a bad idea.
I am for that.
Yeah. Well, we've managed to kill an hour, John.
You talk about killing it. I think of it as enlightening, widening my horizons, and having a wonderful time.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, that's going to wrap us up, folks. I get back into Seattle tomorrow, get on the train, and head down the rails, heading for Virginia. Next Sunday, I'll be back at home, and I still have no idea. There may not be a show tomorrow. I don't know yet until I know better when I'm. This ship is at capacity, so I have no idea how much difficulty I'm going to have getting off the ship and getting over to the train station tomorrow. So I'm going to play tomorrow's show strictly by ear. So I'll tell you that up front, and we'll see what happens. All right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for the Cruise Amigos for this week. John, thank you. Thanks, of course, to Amigo Martin over there in Rome. We'll see everybody next time on the Cruise Amigos live from who knows where. You guys have a fabulous week. See you later.